I'm Dr. Paul, and we are just wrapping up our chiropractic personal injury seminar for attorneys, and we're here with Attorney Mary. She practices in Billings, Montana. By the way, how long have you been practicing?
Since 2005.
So 10, 15,
So, yeah.
good
Yeah.
15 years.
Exactly.
How long have you been doing personal injury?
For, I think, almost 5 years.
5
at this
years,
point.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to any other personal injury seminars, people, attorney presented that have taught you something about how to process personal injury?
I have.
Okay, so we just wrapped this one up. On a scale of 1 to 10, where was this at? 10 being, really good.
An 11.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
much?
Yep.
So in
That's
15
great.
plus years,
Yes.
and all the seminars you've taken, this is easily by far the best.
Yeah, I learn something almost every moment. And
Is that right?
usually it kind of is regurgitated information a lot of the time in these CLEs.
Okay, what would you say some of the big wow moments were? You go, wow, like we covered something. You go, wow, I didn't know that. That's important.
Really going over the mechanism of injury and other factors that would really increase the award that we're getting and settlement offers, et cetera.
Okay.
So really the value of the case.
Well, let me ask you specifically about
Yes.
a few. How about the diagnoses? How many times now do you realize the doctors are routinely missing the diagnosis?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Did
kind
you
of
know that?
shocking, that they're missing it
Yeah.
so often.
And you didn't know that, did you, until
I didn't
now?
know that, no.
How about the relationship of the diagnosis relative to the other financial drivers? Were you familiar with the main financial driver categories before you came in here?
I was not.
Oh, is that right?
With some of them, but not
Some
all
of them, but not
yeah.
that orderly?
Absolutely.
Well, how clear is it now?
It's very clear.
Okay.
Yes.
So how important is it that we have the correct diagnosis to start everything?
Extremely.
Yeah. And then we went from there into the impairment. Were you getting very many impairments relative to?
No.
Is that right?
Really, yeah, very few.
Can you see how important the impairment or injury is to the injury award now?
Absolutely, it's imperative.
Can you see now how you're not getting impairments because the doctors are missing the diagnosis?
Yes.
Yeah. So that takes us to even documenting activities of daily living or prognosis. So have your doctors been even trying to give a prognosis without having an impairment?
I mean, not most of the time.
Is that right?
Yeah, most of the time we're missing that.
So you're not getting the right diagnosis, you're
Right.
not getting the right impairment, so you can't have the prognosis. Can you see why you're getting stuck with local office?
Yeah, now it's very clear to me.
Have you ever thought, after this weekend, have you ever thought how much money you've potentially lost in the last 10 or 15
Yeah,
years?
well, I'm very excited to go back and apply all of this knowledge. I'll put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went from there and covered the narrative report. Or before we get to that, I'll tell you, we went through all the major diagnostic categories in great detail of what should be done versus what. Did it surprise you how much documentation the majority of doctors aren't doing in all these categories?
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it's a little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad I know better now.
Yeah. Now, you know the difference between what's called a low probability, low sensitivity diagnostic.
Yes.
That's essentially worthless, and that's
Right.
what most doctors are doing. That's
Absolutely.
what essentially, it sounds like that's what you've been getting.
Yeah, it is.
And didn't know it.
Did that a lot, yes.
And okay. And then we wrapped it up with the narrative report. How much sense did that narrative report make to you relevant in its importance relative to the injury award?
It was great just because it was logical and thorough and really kind of easy to understand. And so
Comes
I think
together
that we
real
can
well,
really
doesn't it?
apply that. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
can you see how when we use the 12-step formula, how it sequentially and logically tells the story and literally is the most important document for your injury award? Can you see
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. It makes things a lot more accessible.
Now, that was if it was done right.
Mm-hmm.
But can you see how, since you didn't have all this documentation from your doctors, the narrative report was essentially worthless?
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't even have the main documentation you needed
Right.
for your injury award.
Yeah, and that's everything.
Yeah. So out of the 4 potential injury awards, the last 10 or 15 years, you've been stuck with only being able to get medicals.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely going to help.
Yeah.
Increase the awards that we're getting.
Yeah, okay.
It's great.
Any comments, what would you say to any attorneys that, I talk to a lot of attorneys that do personal injury and they go, I know personal injury, I've been doing it 15 years. Kind of like you, right?
Right.
What would you say to the attorneys that go, oh, we know it 15 years, we don't need to attend? What would you say to those
I would
attorneys?
highly recommend it. I think that there's a lot to be learned and it will change the way you practice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Very
Thanks a
great.
lot.
Yeah, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yeah.